I think you guys will agree with me that when it comes to narcissistic abuse, we have to repress a lot. Isn't it all about repressing? You're not allowed to feel, you're not allowed to think anything, you're not allowed to do so much normal things. You're not even allowed to be happy. So it all has to do with we have to suppress, especially in childhood. So just to kind of illustrate it, okay, on why our nervous system still needs help to get balance, even if you've been out of the relationship for a long time. Imagine a 7-year-old girl named Amy, okay? Amy has narcissistic parents, and Amy learns quickly. Anytime she has a different opinion, anytime she shares or thinks differently or feels differently than her parents get angry. And then as a result of that anger, they emotionally abandon her or punish her. So Amy doesn't have the words to understand what's going on, but that nervous system, that surveillance is watching everything. And the nervous system gets imprinted that having a different opinion, thinking differently, and sharing it creates anger, which creates abandonment, and Amy suppresses all of that. She can't tell her parents, her narcissistic parents, you know, I feel sad when you do this, or she can't say I'm scared when you act like this. So she has to suppress. But out of sight doesn't mean out of mind, like literally. It's literally still in your subconscious mind, okay? And this is how it shows up, even decades later. So Amy moves out of her house. She has a job now. And in her job, she's climbing the corporate ladder. Everything's going great. And now she has a position where she has to be really assertive and she has to share different opinions. Like it's normal, right? There's nothing bad that's going to happen if she does that. But as she's about to do that, she's about to share her different perspective, she suddenly gets into this huge emotional flashback. Intense emotions come up in her body. She is so scared, even though on a logical level, her brain is saying, they're just people like me. I'm allowed. This is normal. This is part of my job description. Her body doesn't hear those words. It is the suppressed trauma and emotions have been touched on because her surveillance is noticing a similarity. It's waking up that suppressed trauma. She's in an emotional flashback, and now she's shaken up. Now she's scared. She's scared to do her job because she's afraid of that happening again. So the past trauma, she's been out of her home for years, is still affecting her, affects her career. Comes to relationships. She's afraid of anger. Remember, she suppressed that. So she's afraid of making somebody upset. So what does she do? She becomes a chameleon and she sacrifices self all the time to try to make other people happy. And she's doing, trying to make sure everyone stays happy, thinking that's her responsibility. What does she attract? She attracts friendships and romantic relationships with people that take advantage and or hurt her. So it's now affecting her romantic relationships and her friendships. Here's the thing, the nervous system doesn't get better with time. I wish I could say it did, but it actually malfunctions worse and worse with time. So just to illustrate that, now Amy's going into a store one day. Regular day, she's just going into the store. And the clerk is having a bad day. Has nothing to do with Amy, but the clerk is angry. Amy can sense that anger because she had to learn how to be aware of what everyone was feeling to keep herself safe, right? She sees that anger. She feels all these intense emotions because her nervous system is sending out alarms that this is similar to the imprint that she has suppressed. She has a panic attack, runs out of the store. Now she doesn't even want to go to the store anymore. Now she develops social anxiety. And notice how her world gets smaller and smaller. That's what happens when we don't regulate the nervous system. Behind all of that is our nervous system. Okay, that's why, again, I just want to help you to understand why I feel so strongly that this is a topic that we don't want to skim over, like I did for longer than I wished. Once I learned it, I was like, oh, wasted a lot of time. Okay, so we have to learn a little bit about the nervous system.